Hi guys, it's April and I garden down in northeast Nebraska, zone 5B, and this is just another one of my weekly garden updates. I will admit it's kind of cold out here and I was not thinking with the short sleeves. That and my body's just a little bit sore because I tore out. Doesn't look like much, but it felt like half the garden because we are supposed to hit our first freeze tonight and I wanted to save as much as I could before the cold takes everything out. So you shall now proceed to see my garden in its half torn out glory. I did leave some stuff in there just to see if it would survive and maybe I'd get more off of it because we're only supposed to have one night of, it's a freeze, but it's not a deep freeze. So I'm just gauging to see what actually survives. So here we are. This is my compost pile with the devastation of what I did to the garden yesterday. If I turn around, you will notice that the beds are not spilling over like they once were. So my mission had been to save all of the peppers. So I tore out all the pepper plants, both sweet and hot. And in the process, I cut back all the way to the bed, all of the tomatoes and anything I could find on the plant. I harvested, I got like 3 grocery bags of green tomatoes that I think I'm gonna make into a green curry, but we'll see. It's simmering down as we speak. So this is the first bed. And as you can see, it's about half the size it used to be. I still got a ton of tomatoes on it, which is why I'm like, I wonder if they will survive tonight. So I got just as many last night when I was harvesting. I'm not too worried about it. This is the paste Roma bed. So we've got a lot of San Marzano. I've got some Nebraska weddings in this bed. And then here, the only thing left is a zucchini plant because I wanted to leave the flowers for the bees. And then this cabbage head that has been going to seed all summer. But otherwise, all of the peppers are gone. Same can be said about this part of the bed. I've cut back probably more than half all the tomato plants that were here. In the back, we had like 4 different styles of cherry tomatoes. And in the front, we had some slicers. And there's some left, not a whole ton. But once again, we'll see. The theme of my garden is pull out just enough for what I need and leave everything to see how it survives tonight. And maybe I'll get more. Who knows? I showed you the corn bed last time. We've got some of those beans running up, which I forgot to harvest this long guy here yesterday. He's drying out because I completely forgot about him. And so I'm just going for dried beans, but I'll pull that before I go in after this. I need to empty out the pond tonight and of course all of the rain barrels and take in the hoses. So Mr. Frog is gonna have to find a new home, unfortunately. I have absolutely loved having this here. My yard looks like a mess, like someone came through and just took a machete to everything. I didn't even touch the cucumbers because honestly I didn't care if I got any more cucumbers or not, but this definitely needs to be cut back so I can see if that trellis has been damaged or not. The okra got pulled. Once again, tomatoes severely cut back. And some of this was also done so that we could aerate our yard because we want to do that. But it's kind of hilarious seeing the devastation, because you can see some of the tomatoes on the ground. Those were the ones that were a little bug eaten, so I didn't want to touch them. But this one is still fairly tall. So I might still get a lot off of that. But then our spicy peppers, completely gone. But then we've got our tiger aromas. They're just a mess in here. But I did cut them back by about half, so you can actually see through them and you can see all of the stuff that has died on the inside. And then my chili pepper plant is gone. Same with over here. We have our tomato plants that have been cut back. That nasturtium, you can actually see how wild it got in there. I still have potatoes buried somewhere in that bed. I don't think, because it's not going to be a deep freeze, I think the potatoes will be fine, but I definitely need to get those up this weekend. But yeah, those are the beds and the damage I did. Otherwise, we've got the dead sunflowers feeding the birds. We've got the crazy grassland corner still doing its thing, still looking lovely. Zinnias are going crazy over here. I've got ground cherries that seem to be doing okay. I pulled all of the cowpeas that I could find and all the tomatillos I could find. I will admit that the dogs are going to be very sad that this plant is going away, because this was just at their level and they love to grab off of it like all of the time. But it's time for this to go. I have some in the refrigerator that I can feed them as treats, so we're good. We have our zucchini plant, our peach tree. I'm starting to think that I got a couple of sweet peaches off this peach tree, but lately they haven't been all that great, and I'm wondering if this peach is more of a pie peach. So when you cut in and you add sugar, it sweetens it up, and I think there's only one peach left on this plant. I think there's a ton on the other ones though. I feel like I've shown a lot of this to you before. I need to pull out all of the bunching onions that are just sitting in pots waiting to be used. I've been grabbing them slowly, but I think I need to do a mass harvest so I don't lose anything. And then I didn't touch any of this. After 4 hours of dealing with the raised beds, I did not have the energy or the wherewithal to even think about this corner. So this will be my real test of what survives. The biggest thing is I'm finally getting fruits on this striped German, and they're absolutely huge. Let's see if I can get a better look. We've got some over here. And I really want to try the striped German. So I hope it survives. I really, really want some ripened ones. Now this peach tree, see, it keeps dropping peaches, which is dangerous. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, it's an okay peach, but I guarantee you it's not a sweet peach. So those are the kind of peaches that are coming off that tree. There are a whole bunch of peaches still buried in there, and I don't know if I should just go through and pull them all and then maybe do exactly what I said, make some kind of canned peach with like a syrup. That could be good. And that'll add a sweetness to it. And then you will notice that the cucumber plant is gone here. Otherwise, we just have the blueberry plants that I hope survive. They look a little rough. And the whole garden. I didn't point out the strawberry bed over there, but it's still doing its thing. So yeah. Before the frost. And we're back. That was a quick tour of the garden as it sits right now before the frost comes in. I will definitely show you next week what the frost did to the garden. So if you want to subscribe and get notifications of when that video goes up, the button's down below. I do have an Instagram account and I do keep updates over there as well as some pictures of the fruits and things that I pick up. I think I am gonna pull the rest of those peaches and maybe do a peach syrup concoction because I don't want to lose these. I think that's a good idea. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful week and I see you guys back here next time. And I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.